Hi, and welcome to FindLaw's 5 and 5, the show that takes you through 5 interesting legal stories from FindLaw in about 5 minutes. I'm Joe Falbush, a lawyer and a senior writer here at FindLaw. Today, I've got an epic and controversial question for you. Really, the legal question of our time. What exactly is a sandwich? No, really, there's a surprising number of lawsuits involving sandwiches in this country. What can I say? We love our fast food. I make no apologies. Let's get started. The most recent sandwich-related legal kerfuffle comes out of Indiana. Martin Quintana, who owns a restaurant called Famous Taco in Indianapolis, bought property in Fort Wayne to open a second restaurant. But the property was zoned for residential use. He entered into an initial agreement with the city and a nearby homeowners association to limit his restaurant to serving made-to-order or Subway-style sandwiches as a part of his rezoning efforts. But the HOA argued a Famous Taco restaurant would violate this agreement. The dispute went to court, with a judge ultimately holding that his restaurant served Mexican-style sandwiches, that is, tacos and burritos, that fit the original terms of the agreement. Quintana's persistence paid off, and the disappointed HOA may have to console themselves with extra guac on their burritos. Glad we have that resolved, right? Tacos or sandwiches? Well, not so fast, my friends. In 2006, a Massachusetts judge held the opposite. That was a case involving Panera Bread, which sued White City, Massachusetts for allowing a Qdoba to lease space at the same shopping center they were at. Panera alleged that the city had violated an exclusivity clause that prevented leases with other businesses that primarily sold sandwiches. The judge in that case wrote that the agreement did not explicitly define sandwiches, but that tacos and burritos and quesadillas were not commonly understood as such. With conflicting rulings like this, surely the Supreme Court will weigh in eventually? Well, I don't know about that, but in 2018, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert did interview Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg to decide whether a hot dog was considered a sandwich. She said that they were. So maybe we should expand our minds and our definition of what a sandwich is. Speaking of made-to-order sandwiches, Subway has been sued in interesting ways in recent years. One famous, or at least infamous, lawsuit arose last year when a plaintiff claimed that Subway's tuna didn't contain any real tuna. Despite initially alleging no tuna presence whatsoever, the plaintiff ultimately softened her complaint, suggesting that the product just wasn't 100% tuna. To back it up, a UCLA study did find other animal DNA in some Subway tuna samples, but ultimately the lawsuit was dismissed. So the exact makeup of Subway's tuna fish sandwiches remain a little bit of a mystery. A more recent lawsuit involves Lunchables, the popular snack packs that allow children to turn cheese, crackers, and ham slices into little mini sandwiches. A recent Consumer Reports investigation revealed trace levels of lead in Lunchables and other similar snack packs. This raised consumer concerns and led to a lawsuit against Kraft Heinz. The report suggested that the pizza with pepperoni Lunchable could contain up to 73% of California's maximum allowable dose level for lead. To put this in perspective, that's about 0.000000365 grams of lead. Now, Kraft Heinz maintains that their products are safe and meet all regulatory standards. It's not for me to say whether that level of lead is safe or not, but I will say that lead exposure can be a significant and serious health risk to children. So regardless of the source, if you believe that your children have been exposed to significant amounts of lead, do please seek medical attention. Finally, we turn to America's great sandwich, the hamburger. Over the last several years, angry consumers have sued McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's over the size of their burgers. These plaintiffs allege that those mouth-watering images of their burgers we see on television and billboards mislead consumers, and that the actual sandwiches can be up to 35% smaller than depicted. Unfortunately for hungry Americans, these lawsuits have had little success. This is due to a legal concept called puffery, which is a legal term that means that businesses can exaggerate certain aspects of their product in advertisements. So long as the company isn't outright lying, they usually can get away with presenting themselves in the best light possible. Or as I tell my children on road trips, you get what you get and you don't complain. All right, well, that just about wraps it up. I hope you learned something about this incredibly important topic, or at least got hungry for lunch. But if you do want to find more information about serious legal topics like consumer protection, false advertisement, and others, please check us out at FindLaw.com. Once again, I'm Joe Fabush. Thanks for listening.